My name is Ben Chumo. I am the chairman of Eagle HR Consultants. Let me introduce to you Eagle HR Consultants, what it means, what it does, and what it intends to do into the future. Eagle HR Consultants was established in 2017, beginning of 2017, and we've been in service since then. The objective of establishing Eagle HR Consultants was so that we could give back to society what I personally had acquired over the years as a human resource person from my previous background working with a single organization called Kenya Power Lighting. So I thought it could have been a waste if I had retired and gone back to the village with all that wealth of knowledge that I had acquired while working for Kenya Power Lighting. With the kind of exposure Kenya Power Lighting gave me around the world, trained me, gave me opportunities to expand my knowledge, I thought it could be the best thing to do would be to give it back to society. So we established Equal Agile Consultants to do exactly that, give it back to society. And of course, support the provision of human resources. And so let me first and foremost, a lot of you might perhaps be asking, what is this eagle? Eagle, the animal, the bird, is actually our family totem. It's a totem that family totems are identities for families. It's just like what you see in the national flag. The lion, giraffe for Uganda, etc. So this one for my family, the eagle is our totem. And so that answers the question why this particular why eagle, why the name eagle. Eagle is a very interesting bird. It has so many lessons. We learn so many lessons from eagle. First and foremost, the eagle does not eat dead animals. It does look for fresh animals, fresh boundaries. It doesn't wait for other people to kill so that it can eat. And so it is self-reliant. It is independent. It is swift in action. It does so many. It's focused in terms of its activities, and when it focuses at something, it achieves it. So there's a lot we can say about the eagle, and I think the eagle's behavior is documented enough, and so we are proud to be the eagle, as it were. So the name eagle came from that particular background as a family totem, and since I belong to a family, then I borrowed that eagle. Now, eagle itself, being a human resources consultancy company, does the entire value chain of human resources, right from planning for recruitment to recruitment, and all the entire processes all the way to releasing people back to society. When it comes to the item of recruitment, we do it differently. We do not advertise a job for a client until we understand why the client intends to hire someone. We believe strongly that there must be a job before the workman is hired. And so, for example, if we are hiring a CEO, we would sit to the board and ask them to let us know what challenges they are facing currently that they think the new CEO will come in and support them to resolve them. So we get down to specifics so that we know, so that we can be able to look for specific qualities in that particular new hire that will meet the requirements of these new challenges the organization is facing. For example, if the organization is cash trapped, for example, if it has issues with the capital, for example, then we'll be looking for a CEO who has exposure in interacting with cheap capital sources like African Development Bank or World Bank or other sources of cheaper capital, so that when he comes over here to this new organization, then he'll be able to access those particular companies that will be able, organizations that will be able to support the organization in raising capital. And so those are the kind of that's why we are different. If say for example you have acquired a company, which is totally different from yours, and you are looking at CEO to now convert that company into an asset, then you'll be looking among other qualities for a CEO, looking for a CEO who should be able to understand the culture of the acquired company and the desired culture of the acquiring company, and be able to assimilate the new acquisition into this particular single culture that is desired for the new organization. So we'll be looking at a CEO with some little human resources background, not necessarily a typical company that, or rather CEO that would ordinarily be, MBA, etc., etc. There are certain requirements to be looking beyond having the qualifications. Some experience in the specific areas where this organization is looking at currently. So those are the kind of things that we do differently from, because everybody has a CPA, everybody has an MBA, everybody has all these qualifications we ask for. But there are certain unique qualities, unique experiences that that we tap into to be able to make the hire a success, and to make the company we are hiring for, feel fulfilled that we have hired the right candidate. We also do outsourcing, where the organizations give us their staff, so that we are like their internal human resources people. We run their payrolls, we do their discipline issues, we send a supervisor to the ground, either on regular basis, full-time basis, or on regular basis once in a while, to be able to do the normal human resources activities. This is particularly for companies that are foreign, and they may not understand our legal, our labor laws locally here. And so they'll be having challenges on matters to do with discipline, or even matters to do with salary administration, some of these deductibles and things like those. So we offer that service so that they can focus on the core business, core mandate. If they are manufacturing, let them do the manufacturing. We do the human resources part of business. And when we are dealing with human resources outsourcing, we don't charge the customer for whenever we hire additional staff, because we charge a percentage of the entire wage bill as our fees. So we are interested in numbers, quality numbers, of course. And so if we are dealing with an outsourced entity, whenever there is a shortfall and they require additional staff, we would hire those employees for free, because we are interested in bigger numbers, and we also interested, of course, in their growth, as it were. But we do the entire value chain in terms of identifying what is required by the entity. We prepare job descriptions, we advertise, and they join us in interviewing some candidates. Line managers might join us, or if they wish, we can do it full time for them. And so that is the second item after recruitment. And outsourcing is an area where we've really done fairly very well. We have quite a number of companies in the country, both local and international. And the third item, the third area of focus at Eagle is consultancy. We consult companies on matters human resources. We do job evaluations, we do salary surveys, we do employment or rather employee satisfaction surveys. to make sure that companies are retention surveys, so that we be able to let companies know that they are retaining talent that is appropriate or that is desirable for them. And we go beyond these surveys, and this is why we do it uniquely. We go beyond these surveys to interpret the numbers. Say, for example, if you are assessing a retention, if you want to establish why you are not retaining talent, after we carry out the survey, we interpret to you in specific terms. You could perhaps be, like we've always known, employees don't leave the organization as such. They leave managers within organizations. So we'll be able to advise the company on what to do with the challenges obtaining in the company to be able to retain talent. We would go down to even focusing on specific line managers, that numbers point down to, so that we'll be able to improve from within to subsequently be able to retain talent when we hire them. And so those are some of the areas that we focus at Eagle HR Consultants as our services that we provide to the market. Thank you very much.